A lot of white people, when they came to Africa, were amazed and they got scared. They felt threatened and they realized that, whoa, if these people cottoned on, they will be powerful. I don't mean because we are better than white people. I just mean that if you go to another country and you feel threatened by that country, you go to another person, you feel threatened by that person. If you're manipulative and evil to a degree, you're going to think about ways of controlling that person and putting them down. That is racism. That is what occurred. That's essentially what slavery is, right? That's essentially what slavery is. The idea that you subjugated a group of people and made them believe that they were inferior, and you believed they were inferior because you were afraid of their superiority, you were afraid of their greatness, you felt inferior within yourself, so you projected it outside, right, onto the other. Okay, so on to the next topic. Similar, but it's a white woman now talking about her experience, and I just thought it'd be interesting. Maybe I can give some psychological things out here. I haven't watched the video for a while, so I'm probably going to be a bit rusty, but I kind of wanted to just do a straight review, like I haven't watched it before. So
I have a theory about why Black women and white women are having such a hard time getting along, and it starts with a story. When I first started teaching, I was in a teacher training program with 3 other women. 2 of them were Black and 1 of them was Indian, and we started teaching at the same school, the same grade, at the same time. One of these women, a Black woman, completely excelled. She did so much better than I did at literally everything. Classroom management, her test scores were high. She was excellent at literally everything. And something about her excellence didn't sit right with me. I just didn't feel good about it, and I couldn't figure out why I didn't feel good about it. It was internalized racism, but I didn't know that yet. So I had to sit with this idea of her being better than me and trying to figure out why it didn't feel good and feel comfortable for me. And of course, at the time, I didn't know that I needed to do the work of anti-racism, so I didn't think it was possibly because I could have internalized racism. I had to do a lot of study and thought about myself and what could possibly be making me feel this way about this woman. And here's what I discovered. Most of the media that I had consumed up to that point in my life had white people as the central characters. And the shows and other media that I consumed that had white women at the central characters often had Black women as the side characters. These Black women's role in these movies was to assist the white women, support the white women, advise the white women, but never to rise above the white women. Even shows that were about Black women, like The Help, had white women as the central character and the Black women as supporting characters. So I internalized the idea that Black women were there to support me and to advise me, but not to rise above or become better than me. And that's why when this Black teacher was way better and more talented than me, I felt some kind of way about it. Now, I'd imagine lots and lots more white women have also internalized the same idea, and that's why they feel okay stealing Black women's content and not giving them any credit, because the Black women are just there to advise them anyway. But most Black women are natural leaders. Society has forced them to become leaders. And so we need to step aside and let them lead. Even if it means checking our privilege and letting them lead us.
Some of these videos make me cringe. I don't know. Some of these videos do make me cringe, personally. Yeah. Okay. So let me say, she did a lot of stuff. So I could be wrong. So please correct me in the comments. But I presume that internalized racism is for people of the subordinate group, the group that has been oppressed, the subjugated group. So the idea of internalized racism is that because of the racial stratification of society and the negative stereotypes attached to this group, you internalize that, and you can also even begin to act out on that violently, or act out in that in terms of, I guess, what we call that, reinforcing the stereotypes that are attached to Black people. I'm not sure if the word internalized racism aptly describes her experience. The phenomenon that she's saying, it to me is not correct, but I could be wrong. Maybe we can use internalized racism just generally speaking about unconscious processes. I think what she is describing is racism, but the psychology behind that is the fact that she had also projective identification. What that basically means is that she projected inferiority upon this black individual. Usually it takes two to make it identification. So usually what would happen, that let's take this example out. A white person projects inferiority towards a black person. The black person then believes that and acts inferior. That is projective identification, right? So let me just probably say projection. Projection is when she just projects inferiority onto that person. Now, you see the word I said, she projects inferiority, meaning it comes from her originally. It originates within the projector, and then the person that identifies it receives it because they themselves maybe have some sort of insecurity that links with that. In this case, it doesn't sound like the black woman felt inferior. She knew she had all of the good stuff, right? So I think I would say that in this case, she projected. It's not internalized racism. That's what a lot of racism is. It's a projection. Racism, to me, exists to uphold power, greed, and pride. Yeah. But within that, the psychology of that is the fact that I believe a lot of white people, when they came to Africa, were amazed and they got scared. They felt threatened and they realized that, whoa, if these people cottoned on, they will be powerful. I don't mean because we are better than white people. I just mean that if you go to another country and you feel threatened by that country, you go to another person, you feel threatened by that person. If you're manipulative and evil to a degree, you're going to think about ways of controlling that person and putting them down. That is racism. That is what occurred. That's essentially what slavery is, right? That's essentially what slavery is. The idea that you subjugated a group of people and made them believe that they were inferior, and you believed they were inferior because you were afraid of their superiority. You were afraid of their greatness. You were afraid. You felt inferior within yourself, so you projected it outside, right, onto the other. That's what she did, because as she did say, media and what she's growing up around has always shown her that black women specifically are always the supporting role. They are never the lead. So when you then meet a person who is a natural born leader, it irks you the wrong way, because what that means is for her, she has to consider stepping down. She has to basically face and confront that though she is good, there is somebody better. Not only is this person better than her, this person is black with a different race. And she is not what she has seen all her life growing up, what everyone has seen. And she has to confront that, which is a good thing. I just don't think it's called internalized racism. And then this whole black women are naturally born leaders. I don't know. I feel like that's pandering. I get concerned when allies do that, because I feel like you don't have to prop us up to prop you down. You don't have to prop us up too much. Like, just be like, she was a born leader. I'm not saying black women are not naturally born leaders. I think not everybody can be a leader. No, I don't think black women are naturally born leaders. Majority, no. I think that there are groups of people that are born leaders in communities and they're not. Some people have to be followers. Nothing wrong with a follower, or let's say supporter. To lead, you have to follow. You cannot lead on your own. I can't lead nobody. I have to lead somebody. So by definition, being the follower, actually, the first follower is usually the most important anyways. So I don't like that bit. I just find that that's pandering. I find that a little bit. I find it's basically a reverse projection. She is projecting her she's projecting. She feels inferior now, or she's recognizing that she's not as great as she thought she is. She's now seeing the greatness of black people and telling us that we're amazing. No, darling, you are amazing in your own right. Black people are amazing in their own right. And you didn't need to end it with that personally. And then we should step down from our privilege. But most likely not. No, not really. People are not going to step down from their privilege. Maybe that's a good suggestion to say. Just think it's unrealistic. It sounds good. My issue is that that's going to go around and a lot of black people are going to like it and say, yeah. And it's like, come on, really. Unless my girl is telling me that she's given up her promotion, she gets promoted and she goes, you know what? There's this black woman who's better for it. Yeah, people are not doing that, because rightly so, you're working hard and you feel you deserve the promotion. It's different if you're just not working hard and you're just getting it because, and whatever that is because you're sleeping with the boss, because you're friends with the boss, because you're just getting it, right? If you've worked hard, then you deserve the promotion, right? Who are you to determine that because the person is black, she should get it just because she's black? Find that very offensive. Now, as somebody who works in this space and wants black women to excel and lead, and I believe we can, for those that are called to and those that can and are able to, please don't give me position because I'm black. Now, that's another conversation about affirmative action that we can discuss. But I just think in principle, give it to me because I am damn good. And yeah, I'm also black, and maybe because you need more black people. I don't mind that, but not because I'm black, bruv. Nope, 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 nope. So yeah, I find that video quite cringy. I don't like videos like that because I think that to me, she was saying amazing things about us, but then there's, to me, a implicit message. Yeah, I feel like the message that I get that is implicit, that's unconscious, that's, is we need to I don't know, there's something about it that irks me the wrong way. I don't like that this whole, black women, you're naturally born leaders and you're so amazing, you're so great. I just find it very weird. I find it like you're overcompensating for your previous racist beliefs. Look, you're a racist. You had racist attitudes. It's what it is. Like, you've acknowledged it. You're learning to not be that way. You're moving on. Like, you ain't got to do a whole video telling me, oh, black people, you are amazing. I want you to know that majority of you, actually, you are all amazing. And many of us white people just don't like that. Now, maybe that is the case, but let me know your thoughts, though. Am I overreacting? I don't think I'm overreacting, because I don't think I've overreacted. I just think that I think she used the wrong terminology to express the phenomenon, which is fine. I don't expect her to know the right thing to say. But I think internalized racism, I believe and I suspect it is to do with the group of people that is oppressed. So I can carry internalized racism because maybe I feel that, black women were angry, right? So you have a lot of black women that will kind of jump onto this whole thing that black women are always angry. So she'll be like, I'm not like these black people, I'm not like these black women that are angry. And it's like, like, what are you doing? What do you like, What are you saying? What are you trying to say? You're trying to say black women are just angry. So that's internalized racism. What she talked about was projection. Racism. It was just racism. And you projected. Let's get the terminology correct, please, so we can have a good, wider conversation about this. Secondly, please don't pander to us. I don't think it's cute. We don't need to be pandered. Call it how it is. Some black women will like it, but for many of us, we just see. And I don't think she's doing it intentionally. There are white women who are like that. They meet a black person and they start telling me, you're so wonderful and amazing. I find that weird, bruv. Because to me, you know what it is? You're not addressing me on my own merit. What you are doing is that you've awakened to black greatness, because we are great and white people are great. Well, we're all great. But you've awakened to like, wow, black girls, black women, black people are great. Then instead of just taking me for what I am, I could be good. I could be a good black woman. Listen to this. I could be a good black CEO, but there's other black CEOs that are not good. But because you meet a black person, you're overcompensating for the fact that maybe you were racist, and you're like, you're amazing. It's like, no, this person is crap at their job, bruv. Black or white, they're just crap at their job. I don't understand why you're telling this person. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So, but then I always believe that people go to different extremes before they come to the middle. So she needs to go to another extreme that black people are this and that, and we are like the best thing since sliced bread. Until then, she just sees us for what we are. There are black people that are amazing leaders, black people that are not. Point blank period. Why? Because look at Africa, bruv. So to be saying that black women are naturally born leaders, you're also basically saying that black women should lead with the head of the households. A lot of people are like, no, we don't want to be that. We want to be the wife that submits to her husband. So you see all of these things in that. It sounds good, in it? The rhetoric, you're in an echo chamber. That's like, yeah. Then when you put it out in public, people are like, Ralph, who told you that though? Say some black people though. Don't put us in like, because not all of us will be agreeing with the things you're saying, which is fine. But anyways, I just want to share my point. I think that I don't like videos like that. I just don't think they're helpful, to be fair. In one hand, and I think they're helpful to share that I think a lot of white people need to be honest that they envy us, they are jealous, they have internalized racism. No, they project, bruv. Not just black people, Asians, bruv, bare cultures, bruv. Have racial stereotypes about black people. When they meet a black person who undergirds or confronts or basically is not any of their stereotype, they're in shock. They don't know what to say. They are bamboozled because they're like, rah, you're not anything that I expect. It's like, well, black people are not homogenous. We're not a monolith. There's heterogeneity in black people. Like, you can't put all people and think we think the same, act the same, look the same, is the same, bruh. Yeah. It's the fact that every single person's got a different DNA. Why do we assume that even people from the same racial group are the same? I get that there are generalities, there are stereotypes come from truth. We get that. You know what I mean? We do black jokes and we understand that, look, African parents are like that. We could all bust up, but there's also differences and individual differences and societal differences and regional differences that we've got to take into account. Which I think is important. So yeah, thank you, whoever your name is, whatever her name is, that did this video, because I think it's brought up a very interesting conversation that, you know, some of our white counterparts, you know, might envy us when we excel. And part of the reason why sometimes we're not moving forward where we should be moving forward is that they don't want us to. They just don't want us to. They are protecting the status quo, because when I say who, why would they want black men, black women, people of color to have the same equal power in the same equal power? And I don't mean white people in general. I'm saying those white people that are protecting the status quo. Why would they want that? They don't want that. They want people that look like them, that believe that think like them. They want that group think, right? There's a group think. They want that. They want to maintain that. So there you go. So like, share, subscribe, and yeah, join me in the next video. And thank you for those that have joined the live and have commented, and those that will catch the replay. Let me know what you think. You know, I could be wrong, I could be mistaken. You know what I mean? You might have a different opinion than me. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Me like that. And I'll catch you in the next video. Catch me in the next video. Yeah.